Good evening, guys. It's a 4:58 p.m. Today is May 10th, and let me walk you through the pre-market notes. So today's day, neutral day was expected, right? As we discussed in the Discord in the pre-market, that we may see a neutral or little bit neutral up, kind of price action. That means buyers could be active today, alongside with the sellers. So basically, I was saying today, what we discussed in Discord today in the morning is both sides could be active today, and you are allowed to go long today. But long requires more effort, and you have to line up more odds in your favor compared to selling, to the short side. Short side doesn't require that much effort, So you are better off overall favoring 70% sellers, 30% buyers, But this kind of day was expected. It is not a surprise today. Okay. So, and this is a news summary that I wrote, right? So you can read through it basically. And yes, today is second day for sellers to showcase their strength, and they have to hold below certain levels, right? And all these levels can act as a resistance, and these are the good resistance, right? Overall, NQ has to hold below this, and you may see some buyers around this if it gets there, and all these things, right? 70% favor sellers, 30% buyers, same story, right? Russell, these are the levels. Dow, final buyers area is still this. It is valid. You really want to see Dow breaking below this. I did not get a chance to look at Russell or Dow today. Crude, as I said today, it could be a ping pong game, but below this you can short, and then so basically after 10 o'clock as usual, I did not trade it. I just took the morning short, and at 10 o'clock I went outside for my gardening, and all the stuff, and then I did not come back in between. I just came back to prepare the end of the video. Gold below this level, sellers are there. Above this, buyers could be there, right? Dream numbers are 363, 405, right? So here, so right of the open, remember we discussed the specific scenarios, so I'm not going to repeat in this video all the scenarios, but the Discord folks already know, right, why there was a short here and why there was no long here yesterday. Because yesterday this was exhaustion move, open and it was exhausted, kind of sold off, but there was no long setup. Today it opened up, it was exhausted to the upside, and there was a short available, right? So compared to this today, this one you avoid the long, this one you take the short. We already discussed this thing in Discord, right? So why it makes sense to take a short here, right? So and then profit is, so we also discussed, right, not only about this short while it was happening, we also discussed about what can happen right of the open, right, where buyers can step in and what they can do. When price was here, we discussed in Discord that price may go through these levels and go higher and higher. That is what you want to see from buyers based on the overnight price action. And then you may see sellers step in, and if sellers do step in, you want to see price going down straight to 36.30 level. At that point, you want to see buyers defending that area. If they don't and price goes down, then it may go down straight down to 4,000, 4,010, right? If you see a response from here, you want to see a response back to 30, 36, 37, come down, form up this area, and then go higher, then it will do good for buyers. But if price goes straight up, that means sellers can step in, and it is not a good sign for buyers, right? So that's why if you see this statement, this up move is not sustainable, buyers are making mistake, right? This statement I wrote it right before I left for gardening at 10 o'clock, 10:05 or so. When I left for gardening, I saw this. Ideally, remember when we discussed in Discord, when price came down here, I said take profit, right? So I took this profit here, right? And then I wanted to see I already walked you through all the entire price action, right? when it was happening, that how I want to see price action play out. Also in pre-market we discussed that this 363 area can become a buying point, means buyers can defend this 30, 36 and NQ can defend this one of this dream number, buyers, and then price may go higher also, so it did go higher, but the way price came down here, this area 421,404 should have acted as a resistance, similar to ES, right? This area could have acted as a resistance, come back down, firm it up and go higher. Here they did not do that, right? That means they are at risk. Buyers are at risk because sellers will sell off, at any exhaustion again, so this was a mistake. That's why I typed it here. Before I didn't even see this move, I typed it right at 10 o'clock, right? And then you can see it after that, straight fall down. So since I did not look at this price action when it was happening, but this is the after the fact, now I am watching it, right? So but this was a good trade here, because the moment you see this, it went higher and buyers couldn't hold this, and then price come down back and right at this low, and if you see internals were tanking, they were going down, right? So here buyers had opportunity to hold this area and go higher, they failed, right? The first mistake was straight running up, then balance, and instead of going higher it fell down. This was a sign that more sellers are there, they are trying to fill this gap or potentially retest this low, right? And that is what they did, made a new low right here in the RTH for today, right? So if you remember the summary from yesterday and today, you wanted to see a new low also for sellers, right? Which they did, new low, right? So based on that statement, you can either bail out at gap fill, or you can wait for the new low, which is right here, right, somewhere, and you can bail out. And knowing that they could turn into a neutral day, right, you want to expect things that price may not give you a trend down day today, regardless of this, because the context says it could be a neutral to neutral of day, and that's why you see this bounce, right? So you cannot be a greedy here and assuming that it's gonna go tank and produce another trend down day, right? Yeah, someday it may do, but the context is context, right? So that's why you see this bounce back up and back and forth. So this was a garbage price action, not tradable. All these things is a garbage. Real trade today were these two shorts. That's it. Not even this long. Yes, this long could be a valid trade if you want to, right? It's exhaustion. So you could have played this back to here only, and this back to maybe here. That's it, but you're better off, because it requires some more, because in this case it may go down here and then bounce, right? So there was a possibility there. So you rather play shorts and then get it done with it, rather than walking around looking at the screen, and try to find the next opportunity. So pretty straightforward today, there is nothing else I can help you with except showing these trades. All these things were garbage trades, so you rather not trade. Be some few trades in the morning and you are done. There is no need to overanalyze this price action. And that be all for today, and that be all.